Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the HGUC Schuzrum Dias. Now, obviously, this is not a new kit. This kit is from 2009, and it's obviously a variant of the Rick Dias. Never built any version of the Rick Dias in my life, actually. The HG, the MG. And so it's going to be my first time ever building one, and so that's what this kit is based off of. And then, of course, we just have the new parts here for this big new backpack on it, which is going to make it zoom zoom go fast. So yeah, the Rick Dias is just a design that I kind of like in theory, but none of the kits ever really looked all that appealing to me. I think if we got like a new HGUC, like a new updated, revived sort of version of it, I think I might enjoy it a little bit more. Just the old one just never really looked all that great to me, but we'll check it out. I do really like this new backpack on it, so this is a kit that I've been wanting to get for a long time, and so I'm gonna enjoy checking this kit out. The new backpack is really, really cool. So obviously for the cover art here, we just have the Rick Dias flying along, and it's cool that you have this other image there of it too, just so you can get a better look at all the nice detail there that's on the backpack. So how much of the detail is actually recreated in the kit? Let us find out. So this is number 94 in the HGUC line, going way back, way back. And here on the bottom of the box, you can see just a painted sample build there, front and back. So obviously just on the front, really not looking all that different. As far as I know, the main mobile suit, I don't think has any main differences from the regular original HGUC. It's just all on the back, I believe, but I could be wrong about that. So, and over here we just have some imagery here. It's all in Japanese, but I guess maybe there's like more than one of these. I don't remember seeing these in the anime, so I don't know too much about the mobile suit really, to be honest. But just based on this image here, I can deduce that there was more than one of this, so it wasn't just like a single like special custom mobile suit or something like that. So anyway, around here on the top, then we've got some more detail photos just again there of the back side of that, how the head opens up. Yeah, I never really liked that big giant eye that it has. It's just kind of weird. Then just kind of standard weaponry here. Really don't like the beam rifle for this one either. It's a really goofy looking beam rifle. The the clay bazooka, I should say, should be pretty much exactly the same as the one that came with the DJ and the HGUC revive kits as well. So looks like we do also have a movable trigger finger, and then there's just a pose there with the clay bazooka, and looks like we do have a marking for that as well. Look like we'll probably have a few stickers. Anyway, the list price for this is 1,700 yen. So at the time, that was probably actually a little bit more expensive than the average HGUC kit, just because it's got these new big parts there for the backpack, and they are pretty big, as you can see there. They're quite long. So we'll take a look at those. Let's just run through, just see what we got here. So we got the first bag of runners there, and it looks like we got our beam saber effect part there as well. So that's pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of red, and it's a nice kind of like slightly orange tinted, kind of dull red. So it's a pretty nice color red. It's not that like a lot of older kits, they use a lot of that just really bright red. And it doesn't look like, maybe we don't have any foil stickers at all, actually. Yeah, it looks like no foil stickers at all, just these markings here, and we have some cool markings there, so we'll take a look at that in a moment. Let's just get a look at the manual here first. So as usual with the HGUC, we just got a nice big sample image there. Not a whole lot of surface detail on this kit. You can see a lot of wide open surfaces, so that's good if you wanted to practice adding some of your own detail in. Practice some scribing, adding some details, plot plating, things like that. Got some statistics over here on the kit, height, weight, armaments, all that fun stuff. Around here on the back, kind of the same stuff we saw before. A lot of nice detail, looks like, on the inside of the backpack parts there, but obviously you're going to have to be painting all of that in. It's just going to be all red just straight out of the box. So we've got all this here. And it looks like these are called gray binder. I don't know if that's a misprint. The Japanese says gray, and I don't know if that's just a creative way of spelling gray or if that's actually a typo in the manual, which would be kind of strange. But anyway, gray booster, and then here you can see those are different markings that comes with this. So you got some different options here. You got Xeon, EFSF, AUG, Amuro's logo, and this one, what is that? Oh, it's Anaheim Electronics logo. It's kind of a not a easily recognizable, and I'm used to that regular AE and Electronics logo. But anyway, there you go, and there's the color guide. So it's all there in Japanese, but you can get that translated if you want. On the inside here, we've got a page with a lot more information. It's all in Japanese though, but you got some nice photographs again of the detail of the inside of the backpack binders there and all of that. Let's go to our parts list. We got that here, and it looks like a couple parts we're not going to be using. So those, I guess, maybe would be like parts from the backpack that are now replaced on this new one to fit the new binders. So that's probably what those are. And so I would guess the original kit is probably just runners A, B, and C, and D. And then the E runner is probably the one that's new, specific to this kit. So not really going to be all that much new, it looks like. But it looks like the skirt armor is different. But anyway, the construction is going to go from the torso part there and the head And then the weapons, strangely enough, very simple as they are. And then the arms and the upper body is done, then the legs and the waist, and then the mobile suit is done, and then the backpack, very simple there. And then back around to our color page here is just basically how to mount the weapons. You can store the weapons in the backpack, which is cool, and the beam saber handle, and putting it on an action base. So let's get a look at the runners. Alright, so once again, here is that sticker sheet, and you can see you got the different logo markings on there, some big size and small size ones. And you also have a Quattro Vagina sticker on there, as well as some Caraba stickers on here as well. So a lot of different options for your markings you want to choose for this. And PC111 for our polycaps here in gray. Alright, and so here we got runner A, which is in 3 colors, and this is from the original kit, but it's a little bit different from the original kit. Number one, the color, the gray color is a little bit darker, and these parts over here in red on the original kit were in like a dark gray, and there was an additional part here for the back skirt, but this kit does have a new back skirt, I guess, so that is going to be different. But otherwise, all the rest of the parts there are all the same, so there's nothing new added, just actually something subtracted, and the colors are different. And the same thing goes for runner B1 here. This is all from the original Rick Dias kit, but it's actually missing another little part that was here on the original kit, but now is in, again, a different color, so it's moved on to a different runner, but as you can see, just some big red armor parts there. And then runner B2 here, it looks like it's a copy of it, but it's actually different, so we got some parts on this, and this runner, again, is from the original kit, but it's a little bit different. So the original kit didn't have these 3 parts here on the bottom. On the original kit, these parts for the top of the feet and the top of the head were in a different color. So in this case, they're red, so these 3 parts were added onto this runner and subtracted from the lighter gray runner later on. And then runner C is in this really dark brown, and again, it's from the original kit, but the original kit had some parts over here on this side for the original kind of backpack binders of the kit that are now omitted, and it also had some parts here for the original back skirt and other parts that were now omitted, and it has the addition of this new little part on there on the bottom, so that'd be new for this kit there. And then runner D is in this kind of a little bit darker gray here for some joint parts and kind of detail parts like this. And this one, again, is from the original kit, but it's altered in that the part for the top of the foot is now gone from this. It was here, and now it's in red. And we have these extra little thruster bells here added to the top that are new for the new backpack parts. We've got 2 of this D runner. And then finally the E runner. So this is the only runner that is completely new for this kit. So we have the new parts there for the backpack and of course the back skirt here, which is now different. So again, a lot of really nice detail on there, but it's going to take some detailed painting to bring all that out. All right, so there you go. It's always interesting to see how the runners are different, how they're changed between different variants between kits. So hopefully that was interesting for you guys too. It's probably a little bit boring maybe for some of you who don't really care too much about that. You just care about the kit, right? So we'll take a look at that in the review coming up next. So thank you guys as always so much for watching. And if you do have any other questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. I'll see you guys in the review coming up next. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.